Welcome to the new modern train between Vientiane, the Laotian capital, and Luang Prabang, a World Heritage Site and magic place. My name is Hans Fritschi. This modern Chinese-built train opened about 14 months ago, and it takes only 1 hour and 55 minutes, whereas just a few years ago it could take you 12 or 14 hours to drive the same distance by car. The most difficult part was to get tickets because the ticket office in Vientiane at the station is only open a few hours. And if you want to get a ticket, you can only buy it 3 days in advance. These people here are queuing up for tickets. Look at these odd opening hours of the Vientiane station. This is the monumental train station of Vientiane for the new Lao Chinese train, LCR as it is called, and it's outside of the capital, the Laotian capital Vientiane, and in the middle of nowhere. We drove directly from the border a few days ago to here, about 25 kilometers from the border crossing to Thailand. Well, to cut a long and endless story short, we finally got some tickets. They can only be purchased 3 days in advance, so on a Friday you can buy Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and it's a bit complicated, but this seems to be Laos. Here we finally have the ticket, and you should come here to the train station at least 1 hour before departure because there is a security check. But here, the holy ticket, we got it finally. We are finally queuing up before the security control, and I guess we will go to Luang Prabang by train for the very first time today.
Man muss Billett jetzt wahrscheinlich im Moment nicht mehr, oder?
Man muss die jetzt sicher noch 1000 Mal zeigen.
Ja.
Sicher muss man 1000 Mal. Nichts da.
They will not confiscate water as in the airplanes, but they have a control of alcohol. You are forbidden to take any sort of alcohol on this new pristine train up to Luang Prabang. There is a huge waiting area in this new and monumental train station that has been built in a very modern way without columns that support the roof up there. Wow! 20 minutes before the departure of the train, people are getting nervous and getting up and queuing up, even though everybody has a personalized ticket with clear seating, and the name is also on the ticket and the passport number, and nothing can happen and your place is just guaranteed, but people are just nervous. We waited a while until most people have boarded the train. It consists of 8 carriages altogether, and on the way up to Luang Prabang we have booked first class, which is not the best ticket you could buy. Business class is strangely enough the best ticket that you could buy, and second class is the so-called kettle class, and but the first class now we follow there's a sign showing our train is on the left side, right behind the locomotive, carriage number 8, and we are heading in that direction.
Liệt với Luna sẽ thảm vào 3:10.
Nein, das ist nicht mehr.
The toilets are a bit very basic for such a modern high-speed train, but this is PDR, People's Democratic Republic of Laos. Well, the train starts right in the exact time. The schedule is perfectly met, and hallelujah, we are on the way to Luang Prabang.
Please be seated. Please put your belongings safely on the specified rack or luggage room or end of the coach. Please take out the cups, umbrellas, and other items in the side pockets of the backpack on the luggage rack to avoid the dropping and hurting them. The next station is Bangbiang Station.
We are still in the outskirts of Vientiane, the Laotian capital, and it's a bit a barren area to look at. Tickets are controlled very well, severely controlled, and the Farangs, the foreigners, they hardly wear any masks, but the Asians still wear masks, which is not a requirement on this train, but it is suggested.
Cancellation, das ist voll. Und manchmal kann ich den Flug umbuchen. Und wenn ich ehrlich bin, ich habe eine Sehnsucht nach der Familie. Ich bin gerne 3 Tage dort, aber das lange nicht.
I take you along with me. I'm going to check out the snack bar that is on this train as well. There was an announcement just recently that there is a certain restaurant, a wagon restaurant as we know it from the Swiss trains, of course. And I just walk through this train. This is now the second class seats here. We will take the train back to Vientiane on such a seat, and it's also quite comfortable. It's absolutely okay, and I mean the high life is still there as well. Even in second class, the prices are slightly different, but all these trains here, train tickets are quite cheap for us foreigners, and that may be a reason that they have this odd reservation system, only 3 days in advance. Otherwise, the wealthy Farangs tourists would probably buy up all the seats years or months in advance, and the local population could not profit by that. That's what I suppose. I'm not sure if this is the case, but you know, the work difference between the Chinese and the Laotian government is that the Laotian are responsible for the persons, for the movement of persons, and the Chinese for the freight.
สวัสดีครับมีเบียร์ไหมบ่มีครับบ่มีครับโอเคขอบคุณครับ
It's not the movement of passengers that is the profitable part of this train, it's the freight, and the Chinese cleverly have taken over the freight part, and they transport on several trains a day, about 40-50 trains a day, and only 3 passenger trains. So that is the reason why this line was built, really. Watching out of the window is the main reason for most passengers to take a train as the preferred mode of transportation. Look out of the window. Oh, here's a little lake and some hills are approaching. We will get further up then after Bang Vian, which is about halfway to Luang Prabang, and then it goes through the mountains. Wow, looking forward to that.
Now arriving at Vang Viang Station.
บรรดาท่านยิ่งแหลกทางซ้ายพวกเขาใกล้จะถึงสถานีบางเวียง
Waiting at Vang Viang Station for the passengers to leave and board. You see on the other track a freight train. I think they used to be old coal trains that have been adapted in order to use the containers around the countryside. I mean, the whole train goes up to Kunming, the freight train, and one day it should connect to Bangkok and Singapore. As I said before, the freight is the real mover in this train project, and there are discussions. The freight part is so successful that they are thinking of building a second track, just to be sure to meet all the necessary possibilities that such a train can achieve. Now we are getting into more scenic parts of the whole ride to Luang Prabang. You know, it cuts the travel time from approximately 12 hours some years back to just under 2 hours, and goes through a marvelous landscape here up in the beginning Lao Mountains.
Please straighten the seat back and restore the tray table and curtains to original positions. Please get off the train in order after the train arrives. To avoid falling, please pay attention to the gap between the train and the platform.
Now we have passed 3 marvelous days in the beautiful and magic city of Luang Prabang, and we have returned to the train station, also here in the middle of nowhere, and we are boarding the train back to Vientiane. And it was very easy to get the tickets this time. At any guest house, they just take a picture of your passport, and for a little fee they will get you a train ticket of your liking. The train station of Luang Prabang looks exactly like the one in Wang Riang, and in Vientiane it's probably the whole same design. It's all monumental. You can see here lots of people around, and the baggage check is also done, and we don't have any alcohol with us, we know already. The city of Luang Prabang is famous for its monks that are fed by the population each morning, and some monks travel also down to Vientiane apparently, and they get the first row seat here. That is the respect for monks.
较大行李，请放在大件行李存放处。行李架上背包侧兜内的水杯、雨伞等物品，请取出，以免掉落砸伤他人。
และทางซ้ายสำหรับท่านผู้โดยสารที่หากก็ขึ้นรถกรุณาเข้านางตามบนนางระบุในที่รถไฟของท่านขอให้บรรดาทานน้ำกระเป๋า
Nice landscape outside our windows fly away whilst we are approaching Vientiane. I mean, we are just in the beginning, we are still very close to Luang Prabang, and it's quite a scenic ride up here with the Lao Chinese Railway. So this was the train trip to China. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe to the Hans Fritschi channel on YouTube or Hans Fritschi Friends on Facebook, and see you again very, very soon. More in the garden, maybe not in Laos.